Hello, I'm Nancy Dorrant. I'm the Evening Standard's Arts Editor, and this is Cultural Capital. On the show this week, we visit the excellent and highly disturbing new Paula Rego exhibition at Tate Britain. As they set up for the summer season, we've gone behind the scenes at the new central London home of the much-loved cabaret and comedy venue Underbelly. We're heading to the National Gallery for Thing of the Week, and as you all head to the cinema to watch Black Widow, I'll be reviewing a new film about old men and their dogs. Now, since she was a teenager in Lisbon, in an anti-fascist family living under a fascist dictatorship, which is always tricky, the artist Paula Rego has been fiercely opposing oppression via her weird, dreamlike canvases. A new, long-awaited survey show of her work has just opened at Tate Britain to rave reviews, including mine, so we nipped in to give you a taster.
This is a very special moment to be able to show Paula Rego's entire career in our galleries after lockdown. I feel her work is incredibly relevant today. The way in which, in a way, Paula very much made hers the mantra, the political is personal. We encounter many events through the pictures, which we know very well through history, from right-wing government, particularly the dictatorship in Portugal, to the experience of war in Iraq. There are these very iconic moments represented in her pictures, and yet she always takes as a starting point a very personal, subjective position. And as you say, this is what gives the picture this incredible emotional connotation. And in a way, we are exploring not just the outer world, but the inner world of our psyche and emotions. What is extraordinary about Paula is that we're experiencing both brilliant visual thinking, incredibly bold, rich, colorful works, and very ambitious in terms of scale, alongside incredibly personal and relevant themes. And the two come together through the decades in a way that is incredibly rare and very much speak to the status of Paula and her influence through the decades. I think that, we are experienced always through history and still in the present very difficult situations. There are limitations and struggles, and yet I think what comes across very strongly in Paula, there is always our capacity to overcome the situation. There is this, in Paula's world, there is this incredible sense of self-empowerment and defiance, which I hope we can certainly take on in our life.
Paula Rego is at Tate Britain until the 24th of October. Now, an increasingly familiar sight to Londoners for the last 10 years has been the Underbelly, an annual summer pop-up venue on the South Bank. This year, though, it's going to be a bit different. They've hopped over the river to take over 2 new sites in London. So we went down to the Spiegel tent in Cavendish Square, that's behind John Lewis, to chat to the team behind it.
Everybody right now needs some fun and some entertainment in their lives. I think we've all been through a lot, and I think Underbelly Festival's got a proven track record in London for giving people fun, and we can do that this year even more in this great safe environment, outdoors, in the middle of London, new location, great shows, affordable tickets, best place to be. It's a great location. We're just off Oxford Circus. We're kind of ready to entertain Londoners throughout the summer, and we're really excited.
It's free to enter Underbelly Festival Cavendish Square. We have outdoor bars and we have food concessions with a wide range of food options for families. We also stay open late into the evenings for groups to come and hang out. We have show options with a variety of ticket prices to suit everyone.
What we're about is fantastic live shows in Spiegel tent venues, and the cabaret and comedy and circus and kids shows. And then a great kind of outdoor al fresco eating and drinking environment. That's what we've done for years, and that's what we've brought to Cavendish Square, and it's just great to finally be opening a festival.
Berlin Underground is joining us from the end of July until the end of August. Bernie Dieter is heading up the cast of this amazing Bernie Dieter's Berlin Underground, which is a late night cabaret, raucous, fun night out. And we also have other great cabaret acts, including hula hoopers, pole artists, and also an aerial duo. So it really is a great night out for everyone.
The Underbelly Festival at Cavendish Square is open now, and London Wonderground at Earl's Court opens on the 15th of July. Both run to the 26th of September. And so to the bit where we highlight a cool thing in one of London's museum collections that you can see anytime for free. It's Thing of the Week.
This picture was painted fairly early on in Luttekhuis' career in Amsterdam, and it's a portrait of a girl in her absolute finest dress, and she's looking straight at us. How do we even know it is by Luttekhuis? Because this picture will have been painted around 1650, but it is not signed, not dated, and in fact there was some doubt when we received it whether it is by Luttekhuis, but it was very clear that there is another portrait of a little boy that clearly belongs to this painting, and that picture, the portrait of a boy, is fully signed by Luttekhuis. And although that in itself is purely on the basis of style, it turned out that the two pictures were still together in 1834, when they were sold at auction in London, and where they were also separated because they were bought by separate buyers. This is the very light, classicizing image of a beautiful young girl, and we're very happy to have this at the gallery.
Finally, on Wednesday, the long-awaited Black Widow hit our cinema screens. It's well worth watching on the big screen. But if you're looking for something a little more contemplative, then I've got a film for you. The Truffle Hunters is a languorous, meandering documentary about the white truffle hunters of Piedmont in Italy, a ragtag collection of increasingly elderly loners who love nothing more than tramping the damp forests of the hills around Alba with their beloved dogs in search of white gold.
Carlo!
Not that they see much of the actual gold, the markup on truffles being so astronomical that the hunters live in crumbling homes and drink local wine from beer mugs, while the dealers, who buy and sell their wares, frequent hushed restaurants with white tablecloths to argue cordially over whose territory is whose and how to divvy up clients, all the while protesting that they respect each other as they respected each other's fathers and have always treated each other with such reverence. The deals, by the way, are kind of preposterous. They're done in hushed tones in dark alleyways of tiny Italian towns, like scenes from a comic opera. Essentially, though, you can see that they're just another rung on a very lucrative ladder, at the top of which is the bizarre spectacle of a large white truffle sitting on a red velvet cushion on a silver cake stand, being auctioned for tens of thousands of euros. But for all its gentleness and humour, this film is an elegy for a way of life that's being lost. One hunter, who's 84, refuses point blank to reveal his best truffle spots to a younger man, preferring to let the knowledge die with him. Another can't be persuaded to hunt again at all, disillusioned with the greed of a ruthless new breed of hunters who think nothing of setting poisoned bait for the dogs who are more like dear friends than working pets to their masters. And it's only going to get more cutthroat. Though it's never explicitly said, it becomes clear over the course of the film that climate change, deforestation and an ageing population are all making it harder and harder to find these rare and frankly rather unprepossessing tubers. That said, it does all slightly make you want to fry an egg and grate 300 quid's worth of fungus over it before it's too late. The Truffle Hunters is in cinemas now. Thanks for watching Cultural Capital. Please do give us a like, give us love in the comments and subscribe so you never miss it. See you next week.